I've started.
We started recording already.
My name is Nicholas Schulte. I'll be giving you a presentation on computer viruses. First of all, what is a computer virus? By definition from the CompTIA Security Plus exam guide, for all you know that's a computer course computer network administrators take. It is a program that alters how your computer operates without the knowledge of the user. For a computer virus to be considered a computer virus, it must meet two criteria. First of all, it must be self-replicating. By self-replicating, what I mean by that is it has to replicate itself, copy itself to a different part of your computer without you physically going, copy this here to here. It replicates itself. Second, it must place itself within another program. Another form of computer viruses is spyware. What spyware is, it infects your computer and then sends information to other users, hackers, companies of what you're doing on your computer, whether that be usernames, passwords, your credit card number. There are many different types of computer viruses. You got file infector, boot sector, multi-parted, macroviruses, worms, trojans, logic, time bombs, rootkits. Now, a file infector virus, what it does, it attaches itself onto exe programs. Like whenever you execute Microsoft Word, you're actually executing a .exe program. A file infector will infect those files, copy itself through all the files that you make through that. It will attach itself to those. A boot sector virus attaches itself to the boot sector of your hard drive. What a boot sector is, whenever your computer starts up, it needs to know what to do. So it attaches itself to that, and every time your computer starts up, it actually runs that virus as part of the startup process, and you never see it. A multi-parted virus is a pretty nasty one. It attaches itself to program files, it attaches itself to the boot sector. It's very hard to get rid of. It copies itself everywhere on your computer, and in order to get rid of it, you actually have to delete everything that's associated with that virus at the same time. Otherwise, it'll just spread itself again. A macro virus, it infects files like spreadsheets, Microsoft Word. Every time you open up those viruses, you'll see something pops up, especially on, say, Microsoft Office 2007, 2010. They pop up, do you want to run macros? You can click yes, but you may get a virus. You can click no, and it'll never run it. But macros are also used for many different things, on like digital signing with our CAD cards onto documents. That's a macro. Worms are the viruses. They're self-replicating in a way, but in a different way than usual viruses. Viruses, to replicate, you actually usually have to run a program, and then it'll infect other parts of your computer. Worms, they do that all on your own. They'll send out emails from your computer without you ever knowing. That's one of the main ways they spread themselves across networks. Trojan viruses are the viruses that basically disguise themselves as a program, or sometimes they're even attached to a program. Say you download a little Flash game that you want to play on your computer at work. They can get in that way. If you execute the program, the file's not working, no one wants to download it back up, now it's the virus problem. Now, logic bomb and time bombs. The reason they're called two different names is because a logic bomb is a virus that's activated by a particular trigger, whether that be the time, or say it runs whenever you go to a website, connect to the internet, open up a certain program. It activates at a time. One of the main focuses that people create time bomb viruses for is for a denial of service attack, where at this time it will send out this information and basically clog up the network and cause it to shut down. And then you also have rootkit viruses. Who remembers back about 7-10 years ago, Sony actually had put a rootkit virus on their disk, but without meaning for it to be a rootkit virus. What they were doing is trying to keep people from copying their CDs and selling them. But what they did, they installed a rootkit virus that actually bogged down your system, slowed it down. Some systems came to a complete halt because it takes up a large amount of, well, computer resources. Sony unintentionally made a rootkit virus just to keep people from copying their CDs. And due to that, they had a lot of recalls. And if it wasn't for a computer programmer, who actually had a program that went through and looked for changes in the system that he did not himself do. Got the big uproar with the media. I didn't know, even my own parents went, "Did you buy a CD recently?" Now, how do you protect your computer from viruses? There are three major ways: antivirus, kind of self-explanatory, firewalls, and anti-spyware. Antiviruses, they go through, look for every part of your computer, look for basically definitions of what viruses are already known to be out there. They look for these definitions all through your computer. Usually you do a full scan about once a week, give or take. And they look for these viruses and remove them. Now there are many different antivirus software. Some of the top ones being Bitdefender, Kaspersky, WebRoot, Norton, McAfee is another good one. Although I personally, myself, believe Norton, McAfee, they're okay on a individual level. On a business level, they're very good. But on an individual level, I find Bitdefender, Kaspersky, and WebRoot to actually work better and not slow down your computer quite so much. Now, firewalls, they're usually included with the antivirus whenever you buy one of the antivirus programs from Kaspersky, Norton, McAfee. What they do is they monitor traffic going in and out of your internet connection through your NIC. What they do is they look for, well, known virus extensions, little lines of code that are known to be in viruses. They'll look at them, notice them, flag them, you go over the computer and go, "Oh yeah, that's a virus." Delete. Keeps them from downloading. There's also two forms of firewall. There are hardware firewalls and software firewalls. Software firewalls are what you usually find on individual systems such as this one. But on bigger networks like